Hello, my name is Representative Pam Powers Hanley, and I represent LD9 in Tucson in the Arizona House. Well, we've had an interesting few days here at the Arizona House. Yesterday, which was Tuesday, we had a rousing debate between Speaker Bowers and myself, along with a little help from Representative Blanc and Representative Butler, and we were debating Bowers's HCR2045. You might remember that there was a video that I did a few weeks ago talking about the 4 medical marijuana bills on the House Health and Human Services Committee meeting agenda, and so this HCR 2045 was one of them. So Bowers got beat up pretty bad in the Health and Human Services Committee over his bill because he wanted to lower the amount of THC in products sold in the state of Arizona to 2%. And so that's a bad idea because there's a lot of people who are taking high-dose THC for autism, for insomnia, for any number of conditions. And so to artificially lower it to 2% just because Bowers thinks that's where it should be is kind of a silly idea. So anyway, luckily he got such a pushback from the parents who were giving high THC products to their children who have autism that he amended that part out of the bill. So it's still not a very good bill. One of the main things I don't like about it is that it tries to hamstring research into medical marijuana. So I totally agree that we should use some of the medical marijuana funds to do research on medical marijuana. Arizona's had it for 10 years. We've done no research on it, and I think that we could replicate some of the research studies that are out there. For example, there was a 2014 Harvard study that said that any state that had medical marijuana for 5 years or more saw a 25% decrease in opioid death. So medical marijuana could be part of the solution to the opioid epidemic. But that's not in Bowers' bill. In fact, what Speaker Bowers wants to do is that he wants to narrowly limit the research to 2 topics that he's interested in because he read a book about them, and that is marijuana and schizophrenia and marijuana and violent crime. And so I have had a long career in research, and I think that's a terrible idea. If we're going to do research, we should open it up to a variety of ideas. The other thing that I don't like about his research scheme, besides it being limited, is that he says that they'll do research and then they'll put it up on the health department website. Well, if you're going to pay for research out of the medical marijuana funds, then what you ought to do is have research to be of significant quality that it can be written up in a peer-reviewed journal, because then everybody in the world can learn from what Arizona has done here, and that's the way to do it. So this should be, any research grants should go through the Arizona Biomedical Research Commission. That is not in Bowers's bill. It is in Representative Payne's bill on medical marijuana research, which is HB 2784. That's a much better bill. It goes through biomedical research. It does not hamstring the scientists into 2 topics that the speaker's interested in, and it has a $5 million a year cap for the research. Bowers' bill also doesn't say how much money they would take out of the medical marijuana fund. And lastly, it starts a new tax rate just for marijuana. And why would we do that? Just in case some party wants to raise the sales tax on marijuana separately from the sales tax on other items. So HCR 2045, bad idea. HB 2784, a good idea regarding marijuana research.